Hello, and welcome to the second of 4 live broadcasts from Zero Waste Scotland during COP26. Throughout the conference, we'll be giving you the key updates as well as showcasing our key message: we need to talk about consumption. So, remember on the 5th of November that to end our contribution to the climate crisis, we need to urgently rethink how we consume in Scotland and around the world.
Scotland and other parts of the world have declared a climate emergency. Global emissions are destroying our planet, and if we carry on as we are, it's going to get worse. If we're serious about ending our contribution to climate change, we need to rethink how we consume, both here in Scotland and around the world. And that's something all of us need to be involved in.
We need a system-wide change that enables us all to choose more sustainable ways to live, use the things we need, and share resources. This is what's known as a circular economy. Through it, we can maximise value from the goods we already have in circulation, while relieving pressure on finite natural materials like oil and precious metals. We know that adapting to a circular economy can and does work for everyone, delivering an improved bottom line for business and offering a more sustainable way of life for citizens. Zero Waste Scotland is working with communities and businesses across Scotland, helping to reimagine the way we live, work and travel. By working together, we have a huge opportunity to accelerate our circularity and to change Scotland and the world for the better.
Each of us has a vital role to play in tackling climate change, and it starts now.
So all week, Zero Waste Scotland has been delivering our message on consumption at various events in Glasgow. Today, our Manager for Construction, Stephen Boyle, hosted a session on circular and sustainable materials at Be the Solution conference. The panel explored initiatives and products backed by Zero Waste Scotland, as well as how circular materials can help deliver net zero in this industry. There was also the Built Environment Virtual Pavilion at COP26 earlier today, but hosted by the UK Green Building Council. The theme, Build Better Now, Why Circularity Should Be Your Route to Net Zero, focused on how the circular economy can deliver net zero and showcase personal stories from within the industry. And finally tonight at the Space event, Can Circular Economy Save the World? Zero Waste Scotland will present on circular economy in the built environment. So it continues to be a busy week of announcements at COP26. So here's the latest news and progress that is being made. So the UK Business Secretary, Kwasi Kwarteng, has said that the UK will completely phase out coal by 2024. The US and Canada are among over 20 countries to announce that they will stop publicly financing fossil fuel projects overseas by the end of next year. And more than 40 world leaders have agreed on a plan to speed up affordable and clean technology worldwide. India, the EU and China are among countries to say that they'll help boost clean power, net zero emission steel production, and renewable and low carbon hydrogen, as well as zero emission vehicles and sustainable agriculture. And finally, India's Prime Minister Modi has pledged to hit net zero by 2070, so that's 25 years after Scotland's net zero target. So, the main theme of COP26 today is youth empowerment. At Zero Waste Scotland, we see education and skills as being a key part towards a net zero future. So right now in Scotland, about 1 in 10 of our jobs are circular, but we want to see that become 10 out of 10. All young people have a right to learn for sustainability as part of living, growing and flourishing in a fair, equal and sustainable Scotland. So Zero Waste Scotland has developed a range of resources to support teachers and lecturers to embed circular economy in primary, secondary and further education. These range from bite-sized resources, including food waste, recycling, litter and energy, to more structured programs that focus on enterprise and innovation. So to learn more, visit zerowastescotland.org.uk/education. But as well as focusing on children and young people, Zero Waste Scotland is committed to supporting all people and organisations to develop those learning and green skills that are not only required to face our climate challenges, but also allow us to thrive as we transition towards a net zero way of living. So as part of that wider commitment to Scotland's skills development, Zero Waste Scotland is the delivery partner for implementing Scotland's climate emergency skills and action plan over the next 5 years. So here are some of Zero Waste Scotland's team members discussing the future of work.
In Scotland, we need to address our climate targets, which means that our economy will look very different in 20 years' time. And at the moment, around 80% of our carbon footprint comes from products and materials, which essentially means that we use natural resources to make things, but when we're done using them, we just throw them away. And that really leads to more waste and emissions, which feeds the climate crisis. In the circular economy, we make better use of what we have, so products are designed and made with less resources, then they're kept in use for as long as possible, and when they break, we might repair or refurbish them so nothing goes to waste. And that really helps to dramatically reduce emissions. But a transition to the circular economy requires us to change our system, and that has implications for our workforce. We found that 1 in 10 jobs today in Scotland are related to the circular economy, which is a great start, but we really need to do better. But how do we make sure that Scotland's workforce has the knowledge, skills and expertise it needs to make this transition?
Let's take construction. Today, Scotland is largely reliant on imported raw materials, much of which goes to waste when a building is demolished. In the circular economy, we'll need to source materials for new buildings from sustainable natural resources, or by taking materials from buildings that are being pulled down. We need to do things differently, and this will require a whole host of new job roles. Material scouts will find local materials and products that could be used for new construction projects. Urban miners will advise architects on how to build buildings in a way that allows them to be disassembled so the materials can be reused. The construction sector will also need stronger digital skills. So, while we need policies that will enable a circular economy, we need to remember that it is our workers who are at the centre of everything. They will not only be affected by changes to our economy, but they will play a crucial role in driving this transition. We now need to make sure that our entire workforce, from construction to energy and food and drink, has the knowledge, skills and mindset that they need to help realise a truly circular economy in Scotland.
So, back to COP26, and as part of our live broadcast, we've been out and about in Glasgow to gather opinions on climate, consumption and COP26. So, people make Glasgow, and here's what they had to say about youth empowerment.
I think they are, but not enough. I think they need to get together with the youth and have more conversations with them than just saying that they're actually listening.
No, I do not think that they listen enough to the youth. Having been around the youth as well, they know so much about climate change, so much, and they take so much in, and they've learned so much about it. And their voices aren't heard enough. I don't think they should be heard more.
No, I think there's a lot of hot air. We heard that from Boris Johnson yesterday, saying that he was listening to youth. I've never heard any sense of that before. And you can see from the lack of urgent action by leaders that they're not listening to them. But I think many other people are. So I found here in my 3 days here in Glasgow that the voice of youth is being amplified. And I really like to hear that. And because I think they're saying really good things.
I think they're listening, but not enough.
I think they actually have the power, and if they ignore them now, they won't get their votes. They're, probably the most political, active community we have, and certainly they are scared, anxious, and beyond concerned about their future. And if they're not listened to, they're in the streets and they will take action. And I'm going to be joining them because it's really, really important.
This is a chance right now for them to make a change. I think you need to get your act together because we only have one chance to fix this.
So, for more updates on COP26, consumption and the climate crisis, you can visit our content hub at zerowastescotland.org.uk/COP26. And to keep up to date with us, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Zero Waste Scotland. If you have any questions or you'd like to be part of a future broadcast, then you can reach out and give us a shout. But for now, stay safe, thanks for joining us, and see you next time.